So you're looking at the TP-Link Deco M5 mesh system, a 4.6-star Amazon darling promising to blanket your 5,500 square foot home in perfect, seamless Wi-Fi. But what if I told you that for some people, this system can turn into a frustrating, connection-dropping nightmare? Therefore, before you spend $140, you need to hear the honest problems nobody talks about. For the best price, click the link in the description. Welcome to the review where we get real about mesh. The promise is incredible. 3 little white pucks that communicate like best friends, eliminating dead zones forever. But here's what surprised me after months of testing. That seamless handoff between units isn't always so seamless. Therefore, if you're someone who makes Wi-Fi calls while walking around your house, you might hit a silent patch that makes you sound like a buffering robot to your boss. Not ideal, right? Let's start with the good because there is a lot of it. Setup is, as promised, stupidly easy. You download the Deco app, plug one unit into your modem, and it basically holds your hand through the rest. Within 10 minutes, you have a shiny new network. The app itself is clean and offers features that would cost a subscription from other brands, like robust parental controls and basic antivirus. That's a genuine value. But there's always a but. The first problem lurks in the hardware. Each Deco M5 unit has only 2 Ethernet ports. One is used to connect to your modem on the main unit. That leaves you with just one free port per puck. Therefore, if you have a smart TV, a game console, and a NAS drive in your entertainment center, you're already playing musical chairs with cables. You'll need an external switch, which is an extra cost and clutter. It's like buying a car with only one cup holder functional, but annoyingly limited. Now, let's talk coverage. TP-Link says 5,500 square feet. In my testing in a standard 2-story home, it did a decent job. Signal strength in far corners was okay for browsing. But here's the twist. Coverage and good performance are not the same thing. Therefore, while you might see full bars in your backyard, the actual speed out there could be slower than a dial-up modem trying to download a meme. The signal is present, but the quality has left the building. The core promise of any mesh system is seamless roaming. Your device should hop from one puck to the next without you noticing, like a well-rehearsed dance troupe. But with the Deco M5, sometimes the dancers trip. I experienced moments where my phone would stubbornly cling to a weaker, farther Deco unit instead of switching to the one I was standing right next to. Therefore, my video call would freeze, or my game would lag, until I manually toggled my Wi-Fi off and on. For a system built on seamlessness, that's a pretty glaring seam. It's like your GPS insisting you're still on the highway when you're clearly parked in your driveway. Performance with many devices is another area of concern. The Deco M5 is not a powerhouse. It uses older Wi-Fi 5 technology. That's fine for most everyday tasks. But if you have a busy smart home with 30-plus devices, plus 4K streaming, plus someone video conferencing, you will start to feel the strain. Therefore, during peak hours, you might notice buffering or delayed smart home commands. It's a system better suited for reliable coverage of moderate use, not for being the backbone of a digital command center. Let's address the elephant in the room: wired backhaul. This is a pro tip for better performance. You can use Ethernet cables to connect the Deco units to each other instead of relying on wireless signals. The M5 supports it, which is great. But remember those 2 ports. If you use one for backhaul, you now have 0 free ports on that satellite unit for your devices. Therefore, the very feature that can solve your speed problems creates a new port problem. It's a classic tech catch-22, like needing a password to open the email that contains the password. Now, for some lighter stuff. The design is inoffensive. They look like small air fresheners or minimalist speakers. They won't win a design award, but they also won't start an argument with your spouse about daycare. Just don't expect them to be a conversation starter, unless the conversation is, are those new Wi-Fi things or fancy night lights? So after all these problems, Who is this system actually asterisk for asterisk? That's the resolution. Therefore, if you are coming from a single, ancient router that leaves you praying for signal in your own bathroom, the Deco M5 will feel like a miraculous upgrade. Its problems are mostly relative. If you need a simple, affordable way to get decent Wi-Fi in every room of a large home without running cables, and you don't have extreme speed or port demands, this is a solid contender. Think of it this way. The Deco M5 is the reliable, economical sedan of mesh systems. It gets the whole family from point A to point B comfortably. But it won't win a drag race. It doesn't have a ton of cup holders, and sometimes the Bluetooth connection to the stereo cuts out. For the price, that's a fair trade-off for many. The goal of this review wasn't to trash the product, but to set realistic expectations. Therefore, you can buy the TP-Link Deco M5 with confidence if your needs align with its strengths. Easy setup, good enough coverage for typical homes, and valuable built-in software features. Just go in knowing its limits. For the vast majority of people looking to fix basic Wi-Fi woes, it remains an excellent solution and a fantastic value. For the best price on Amazon and to see today's deal, click the link in the description below.